Okay, hello, it's me. I am mostly awake, mostly functional. I only got a couple hours of sleep. And they're weirdly timed, but I did get a couple hours of sleep. I just need this caffeine to kick in, and then we're good. And then we're good. Give me 30 more seconds. Okay, I'm probably good to start. Hello. More remnant meme builds today. Hopefully less handler and less challenger stomp because those cause me physical pain. Um, how's everyone doing? Dex, Priz, anyone else might be lurking about? Sorry, I'm late. I slept through my alarm. So, like, normally I set 3 alarms, but when you slip up and only set two, that's when it gets you. I woke up like 4 minutes after my alarm, and it took me a few minutes to figure out exactly what was wrong. I was like, something about this isn't correct. So I had to stare at the clock for a while. I was like, oh, okay. In my defense, I fell asleep early last night, so then I also woke up very early, and then I was like, well, I'm awake. So then I went and played more Baldur's Gate. There's a non-zero chance that I stream the Baldur's Gate. Like I moved it over to another drive and now it runs a lot better than it was. Um to the point where I could probably end up streaming it. But I just enjoyed doing. I completed the challenge run I set for myself. I did solo tactician difficulty. My first tactician difficulty clear was with no party members. That was fun. Um, Another game that gets my build crafting juices flowing. Kind of like this one. Speaking of this one, what are we gonna meme into today? Like I said, we've done a little too much stomp and a little too much antler. Let's get away from that into more palatable things. Also, yeah, no more quick draw either. I talked about the idea of glass cannon melee a little bit, and it's still not something I've done much of. Kind of hard to pull off without dying horribly, but it is an option. I should properly try making you play DOS too. You probably don't have a window for it right now. It's gonna require BG3 Burnout and other games being on the plate, which basically means I'll wait till October. So with Tormented Heart build, I'm going through all the skills in my mind. With Tormented Heart build, we use Invader's third skill, so I've already built around that. Trying to identify skills that I've not really spent much time using. I kind of want to do Hunter melee. Hunter's third skill with Charge Up World's Edge. Seems like it'd be at least vaguely entertaining. But I should still thunk this through first. Sometimes scaring, not staring at a skill tree for inspiration is the process. Also doing straight up pet stuff. So letting the pets cook. That is an option. Do more Havoc form stuff. Kinda down to do more Havoc form stuff. Like NG Archon Havoc form. No flame turret. I'm gonna want spam here. But also Tranquil Heart functioning well passively is desirable. Good starting point. Mr. David Bolin. Ugh. Mr. Allergies. How you doing, Mr. David Bowling? Oh yeah, I got another probably late night tonight too. Pokemon DLC comes out tonight. I'll be gaming that. Mod skill cast speed. I guess healing effectiveness. Field duration? Yeah. Hard to argue for anything that isn't Gesture Spell, to be honest. Devoured Loop, yes. Gambler, I'm kind of questioning. But ironically, maybe we go Akari? Although, I like the idea of doing the slide stuff. Like Frivolous Deceivers. And I guess then I could put Akari in the last one, but I need damage from these slots. More. So, I guess not Deceivers. I do that. And part of me wants to put on Malevolence here. Just slap on Swarm. We'll try Swarm without. See how that feels. Today might finally be the Plasma Cutter day. I need to do Plasma Cutter and like Cube Gun. But first, I gotta do something suitably weird first. Harmonizer? Yeah, why not? Okay, we got that for the slow. That over there. Arbalest itself isn't the worst pick here. Wash. Excuse me. Ugh. This is one of the guns that, unless they've hotfixed it, it's just doing too much damage right now. Yeah, that's a big number. No investment. Yeah, that's correct. DLC coming out tonight. Heal Mask DLC for Pokemon. I think Heal Mask. There's two DLCs. One of them's coming out today. But it's the usual wake up, new build crafting for team building just dropped. So, be cool stuff. Bunch of returning Pokemon, bunch of new Pokemon, bunch of new moves, returning moves. Interesting shit. Typewriter. Corrosive rounds. I guess Bandit makes some sense here. Drip is important. I don't want to throw on the baby legs. He says drip is important and immediately goes for the memes. Yeah, that looks somewhat drippy. Frivolous is not the play here. I'll just do a Kari. Or Black Cat. Or Kinetic Cycle Stone. We'll just go for raw damage. See what happens. So my skill crit chance 10%. No skill crit chance over here. My crit chance isn't super high. Kind of just willing to see how this goes. I want swiftness, triage, growth, vigor, fitness, siphoner. I'll go full siphoner, which is not something I do often. Forgot about that. Yeah, it's a pack release season, so I knew it was soon. I didn't realize until yesterday that it's today. Hitting spacebar. Why no response? Okay, so the idea behind this is apply statuses, get into Havoc form, kill things. As usual, good old low slump start. Get farmed by ads for a bit before we do anything of substance, as is tradition. Ad is leaving a big shit.
Real pretty. Yeah, I don't trust this place.
There's something to test with Plasma Cutter when I get around to that is the actual tick rate. See how well it procs things. Definitely a nice segue into that. Oops. I forgot how to turret. I meant to put this down, but we're holding it. Whee! I'm kind of down to make a handheld turret build. Yeah, them making this thing actually able to hit flying enemies, pretty big deal. Ow. Should not have just taken that to the chin. But hey, it kind of worked out. Engineer having free fortify is so good. Hey Mo, how you doing?
All right, let's do this.
These fire turrets are good. And like, Archon doesn't boost the turret damage as much as Summoner would. So consider me impressed. Three people at work got COVID and I'm in my bed. I don't know if I have it. It was 6 on. I feel better for the most part. Just got my appetite back. Oof. Yeah, it's spiking pretty hard right now. I mean, I guess that's what happens. One, seasonal. And two, when people spend long periods of time pretending it's not still relevant. Gradual build up until people treat it like it's relevant for 2 weeks and then go, oh, okay, all fixed now. It's a cycle. It's never going away. This went back to school? Yeah, seasonal. But also outside of that, spikes do just kind of happen. Remember, we never dropped below the you know, 3 to 4 figures of people dying from it every day thing. It's just people stop paying attention. Because it's not convenient to think about things like that. His coworkers are out sick now, so just a mixture of everything. Yeah, yeah. Got regular colds, you got flu, you got COVID. Bunch of stuff. I hope whatever it is that got to you leaves you alone sooner rather than later. I know you said you're feeling better, but still sending good thoughts.
I don't like the looks of this.
Oh, range damage. Walking on nothing outside of round. Yeah, did you forget how to shit? Not very good at bearing. I lost my sense of smell, so I couldn't smell the Bath and Body Works candle that I ripped apart last night, and oof. Never change. Oh, okay. I couldn't see that attack through the smoke, but it's okay. See, this is why maybe having a cheat death over Destroyer makes some amount of sense. That exact situation. Does make sense. I could just like do this. I like that better. sometimes it's hard to figure out what to use as filler in builds. Like, Bandit Scattergun's just a good neuron activation option. Could also just walk the streets in havoc. A devoured loop you exist. My cooldown isn't actually that bad right now.
Okay, this is it.
The Chesters felt very hard to beat there. Hey Dex, thanks for giving us up the move. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fucking big. I was hoping Swarm would work a little more consistently for my crits, but it's just kind of not. Just going like Tremor, Detonation Trigger kind of makes some sense. Or, of course, Firestorm is an option, but I kind of wanted to cover fire with the, turret. Like, leave it at that. could run Nightweavers over Jester's Bell. Lose the cast speed and the damage, but I'd get haste and crit chance. When I put it that way, it sounds like a terrible idea. What can I run in this slot instead? Suppose that could just be Gradient or Star Shot. I don't have Kinship. That's already kind of a issue. Let's get some more duration there. Like, skill duration doesn't help the turrets. I think it helps overclock duration. Does it? No, it doesn't. That's unfortunate. Maybe I won't do that, because that would just be for Havoc Form, and I don't really need that. More cast speed? Honestly, maybe. That should just be raw damage. I always forget that I'm on this tile.
What is that smell? Here we go. Now's the time.
The intruder must not survive!
Don't let him get away.
That for ammo refill. Spiteful. Ignoring intended boss mechanics. Woohoo! My turret dies so easy. No, no, no. Fuck. I'm just trying to exist. It's gonna hurt. No audio on that? Nice. Interesting little sewer room you got here. I had a nickel for every time I heard that. Energy turrets wouldn't work. I'd almost rather go Lifeless Heart. Or even more Span. I didn't run out. If that's necessary. Use this audio clip today. Well, there you go. There's more damage to be had in these slots. I didn't come close to dying there, so Black Cat was wasted. Honking. I guess Gambler does make sense. Going... Well, actually, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just running Singed. Like, that's gonna be more damage. Maybe that as a combo. Do I have the crit chance to make that actually happen? Neutral. Neutral. Falcon, 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 Falcon. Much as I'd like the idea of Bleed Enigma here, it's just not gonna do what I want it to do. Yeah, I just can't justify that. Go back over here. Lead on here. Even though not having a bandit feels weird. Jail. Oh, that reminds me, Stray is getting like a show adaptation, like an animation. Which is pretty cool. Saw some news on that the other day.
I don't like the looks of this.
Low energy kind of day. Man, it's been a long week. Alright, it's Tuesday. I actually just had that thought, and then I had to check the day of the week. Mask looking like dollar store Star-Lord.
Maybe I should check out that mural again.
Hey, movie Star-Lord doesn't need it because Marvel characters can't keep helmets on for more than 3 seconds. Actually, he straight up just doesn't use it ever in Guardians 3, does he? I don't know if I'd go that far next, but it's a fascinating allergy to keeping helmets on in Marvel content. It's crazy. You can see it at its worst with this recent Ant-Man movie, where you can make a supercut of people taking their helmets off.
Like something's missing.
But the helmets aren't even actually there. The helmets are CGI'd on. And they just CGI them off. And it's the most distracting, obnoxious thing. And see the new one? Don't. It sucks. Though, like, all current Disney content does. On the Star Wars side of things, on the Marvel side of things. Is what it is. Hey Axel, how you doing? I should wait for my cooldown, but I'm not gonna. I don't have attention span today.
This is not as interesting as I hoped.
Okay, fine. I won't pop Swarm in your face at the start of the fight. I understand. Excited for Thursday? What's Thursday? Did I forget something important? Dude, I'm tired today. My brain is running slow today. What kind of damage through Ellie resist? It's pretty crazy. I took Thursday, Friday off. Ah! That's a good reason to look forward to those days. I'll sip to that. Yeah, Havicorn's pretty good. Just, you know, pretty good. Oh, hey, I have the VFX now. I don't know why they didn't work for me at all yesterday. do you mean? I hit the button. I was staggered by the sword. Game coming out tomorrow. I'm excited for it. Heretics Fork, I think is the name. Ah, first I've heard of it. Packed release season, so stuff going under the radar. It does make some sense.
You were a fool.
Ow. Yeah, I survived that. That's cool. My turret killed me. That one I could identify immediately. My turret killed me.
Okay, this is it. Having trouble.
I keep animation locking. So I'm like hitting the dodge button, but can't dodge out of activating turrets or rounds. Timing issue. Entirely on me. Can't really be mad about it.
Most we will easily stay. Let the small victory be yours. But it's just
Calculate.
too slow.
Animation lock myself again. Some pretty silly damage. Oh, I didn't hear you. My bad. Third almost killed me again. Yeah, like, logically speaking, the way to do this is kinship and then mod stuff. Although, hear me out. Kinship means, like, handler. Handler has skill damage. No, why am I doing this? No, no, no. No, stop it. Stop it, brain. No, no, no. No. Don't do it. It's bad. It's going to be bad. Like, literally yesterday, I was like, hey, what if I use handler? No, it's bad. Some of the stuff we tried to make work yesterday was painful. Consistency of me getting bleed from this is super low. Really love it. Like, I'm not applying overload or madness. Have better spread of status applications, but it's just kind of what works right now. Elemental damage doesn't help the bleed. But it is good for the turret. If I did go for explosives, it'd be hard for me to justify not running detonation trigger. It would let me justify summoner pretty effectively for turret, but I like the havoc form turret combo. For 50 weight's always so satisfying to me. Yeah, it's nice to be at the perfect 50 because then you're getting just the maximum value from this weight bracket. It's always good to be at 25, 50, or 75 whenever playing non-challenger. When you're playing challenger, then subtract 10. Before the trade. Back and starving. I was kind of hungry this morning too, but I don't really have food prepared. Made burgers last night, but I ate them all. I've been bad at leaving leftovers lately. Or perchance go crazy. I'm not really using the evade for fitness that much. Maybe swap that for kinship. Then I'd want amplitude as well, which would mean giving up some siphoner, if not most siphoner. Maybe give up swiftness. Would be smoother though. If I do that. Hungry, let's fucking go. Yeah, that's progress. That is a good sign that you're starting to feel better. Kinship, amplitude. Max Siphoner felt pretty good, honestly. It's good fitness for... I had fitness and swiftness. That's why I have leftover hit points now. Okay. I guess swiftness makes sense because I can hit that 10% breakpoint. I don't know if I want a cheeseburger or a homophobic chicken. I still have never had the homophobic chicken. Don't really plan on changing that.
Great. Farewell.
Never had it, don't worry about it. Yeah, that was my thoughts too. Plenty of places you can get good chicken. Like, there is a Popeyes, like, 2-minute car ride from me. Popeyes chicken sandwich goes hard. I don't know if I've tried to have it from the Root Adventure. Let me do that. Allah? Oh, I want to do Shahala? I don't, but I'll do it anyway. Apoc chicken. Chick-fil-A. Electric Axle. Chick-fil-A is the place we're talking about. We are taking a jab at their historically contributing money towards anti-LGBT hate groups. So, like, they're pro-hate group. At least their money is. For it being called that. Yeah, it's because people don't like confronting their horrible ideologies because they prefer eating chicken to talking about little things like people trying to, genocide categories, marginalize people, stuff like that.
I've never seen
No,
anything
that's a
like
shame.
this before.
Yeah. I don't know if it makes it better or worse, but their excuse is religious fundamentalism. They are very, very, like, let's put it this way, they don't operate on Sundays. So that level of...
Your presence creates new, interesting possibilities. I have many questions.
Makes it worth ammo. Yeah. Yeah. Also your friendly neighborhood shit talker. That's true. You are that, Mo. Go spicy, right? You gotta go spicy, right, Dex? You gotta go spicy. If your chicken sandwich isn't kicking you, if it's not kicking chicken, then, like, are you doing it correctly? Popeyes in my area never has spicy. Not a mayo guy. Spicy mayo is legit. I'm not a huge mayo guy either. Something about, like, well-executed spicy mayo is great. One of my favorite burger places has this weird obsession with aioli, which kind of sucks because, I'm not a mayo guy. But I just sort of tolerate it, and it's fine. Like, Popeye's mayo actually goes pretty hard. I like a good Chipotle mayo. As well. Gotta ask, what's the trick to enjoy Popeyes? Had it twice and regret it twice. It could be location based. So, like, with every fast food chain, you could just have a shit location. It's a coin flip sometimes. Ow, okay, bye. Yeah, what Dex said.
Great, more bad news.
Sneak around this way. A real quick way. So true, bestie. Oh yeah, Axel, it's totally location. Like, I haven't had McDonald's in so long, but, um, like, as a teenager, I ate fast food somewhat often. And there's two different McDonald's, like, fairly close together in my area, but, like, one of them absolutely sucked, the other one's good. I wonder if that's ever changed. I'm not gonna test it, because I'm not gonna eat McDonald's. I'm getting close to 30, my body can't handle that anymore. Panera is pretty okay. I haven't had a bad Panera experience. Other bread and soups? Yeah, whenever I get Panera, I usually get a soup and a sandwich.
This isn't looking good.
And close 30, my man getting a head start at an advanced age. Like, not to say that that's up there in age at all, because I know some incredibly youthful people who are pushing 70. It all depends on lifestyle and genetics and all that stuff. That said, as someone who has shit genetics, doesn't particularly take care of himself, and likes complaining, I'm 28 going on 280. That's how many Big Macs you've thrown in your gob. The genetics don't breed swag. Yes, no breeding. No. Oh, not the stagger. Not like this. How did that hit? How did that hit me? And 30 last week. 30's not old. 30's not old. I hate the the presentation of like going from your 20s into your 30s, because like it underscores the whole, at least with um societal structure where I grew up and everything, where in your teens you're expected to figure out the entire direction of your life with no deviations, no errors, no pivots, and then in your 20s you're expected to continue that, and then in your 30s you're supposed to have already had everything figured out for a decade. It's like I'm getting close to 30 and I'm just kind of surviving day to day, man. Like that's not how life works. So the idea that 30 is old and your life's over by that point, it's like fucking no. I've kind of only considered myself a fully brain developed human for like half a decade. No. I feel like I've only had the ability to make rational decisions for like 5 years. "41, oldest I ever felt to 27. That was the line. I felt like being at the bar was weird. But it's just a state of mind." Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it, as you age, it's more just sort of thresholds where, oh, yeah, I feel different now. Like breaking up life into sort of, age brackets, like groups of years, I suppose. Like a multi-act structure. Like a play.
That's it.
Birthday being here in 2 months. Forget your promise. Oh shit. 2 months already? Okay, we'll make time for that. I still gotta actually buy the game, but yeah, yeah. I still want to play that. You feel behind in life, though, and I have good reasons for that immigration. There's no, like, it's not a race. I push back pretty harshly against the idea that there's, like, a threshold for where you're supposed to be in life at a particular age, because people change tracks, people change courses, people have their own circumstances. Like, some people completely uproot their life and change everything they were doing. Like, trying to tell me that people doing what's right for them trying to simply be happy and exist successfully, trying to tell me that that makes them failures. Like, no, no. Particularly your situation, you know, immigration is monstrously difficult in most places in the world. So, yeah, that's gonna set you back a bit. Shooting at me. Also, like, life's phase is about 4 years. Yeah, 4 years is a good divider. I can kind of measure mine in, like, 4-year brackets, too. Personal growth dependent, not the same for everyone, of course. I just didn't go with plans, like, I'm at X and Y in 3 years, just didn't work out. I mean, yeah, same. And for me, it's about every 4 to 5 years, there's some sort of major pivot. Which is kind of how it's worked out. It happens. Life rarely goes to plan. People who can say they planned out every step of their life and it went to that plan. Uh, Willing to bet they have some sort of privileged existence. Life ain't that simple for most people.
Ugh, I don't like this at all. Here they come.
That's ego won't admit he didn't know what that shit together. Yeah, some people of a certain age do like to pretend that they had everything figured out at all times, and that any doubt or issues faced by younger people are just them not being as proficient, but like revisionist history. It's like people who think that they weren't annoying kids. Every kid was an annoying kid. I was an annoying kid, you were an annoying kid, everyone you know is an annoying kid. This is how it works. Something you're not aware of while you're doing it. I don't plan too far ahead. Not once been accurate in trying to guess that far. I hate those questions where you see yourself in 5-10 years. Yeah, like I said, people who can see a 5 to 10 year plan and have the stability to be able to adhere to that plan, and who are secure enough in, you know, what they want and what they're able to do, there's a lot of privilege to check all those boxes. Life is not that certain for most people, not regular people anyway. Or please hit the enemy and not just exclusively me. That would be so sick. How you doing? I started playing this game recently. How you liking it? Loving it, have been a stream, so want to play before I watch. Understandable. I've been just streaming this, so yeah. But it's good to see you again. I'm kind of starting to get to a point where I'm more willing to stream other things now, but that took how many hours do I have in this game? Check Steam. Decide to function. Yeah, I have 356 hours in this game. And vast majority of that is stream time. Hey, try time. How are you? New Year's is coming up, which means Hades drinking in the quack. Actually looking forward to hanging out, you know, holiday season Discord stuff. That's always fun. Christmas, New Year's, that stuff. Enjoy that. I don't know what my plans are specifically. I may or may not be around on New Year's. I gotta figure out where in the world I'll be. But yeah, I'll report back once we're closer to that. That was a good time, though. I'm definitely down to do that again sometime. Hey, Irish. Thank you for the 17 months with the streak. Appreciate that shit out of you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Baldur's Gate 3 Fox. It's so good, right? I just finished my 3rd playthrough last night. I did a solo tactician run. Highest difficulty, no party members. Very enjoyable. Love how rewarding full clearing maps is in this. Yeah, one of my biggest points of praise for this game, Onyx, has been that Remnant 2 respects the player's time. Now, you as a fellow looter player, you know exactly what I'm contrasting it against. Where that genre doesn't respect your time. This does. And I really like that. I appreciate that immensely. And a cleric, so I can be Swiss Army knife for my friends because I don't know what I'm doing. A cleric is really good utility. You made a good choice there. And like once you hit level 5, you can be like a really good damage dealer on cleric. Cleric has like some of the best AoE in the game. If you decide you want to do damage later on. Like even from level 1, cleric has some of the most utility. So you made a good choice. I took one single level of cleric on my solo run. That's how good the utility is. Ended up as 5 ranger, 4 rogue, 1 cleric, 2 fighter. You're familiar with good stuff in 5e, it translates pretty well. Except rangers and monks are way better in the game than actual tabletop. And I'm only complaining with Remnant 2, scrap is brutal to get. Yeah, resource economy is uphill. In the most recent patch, they did implement, you know, you can refund what you've invested into an item and get 75% of it back. It's pretty nice. Is that the simulacrum over there? And I just didn't pick it up. Be a monk and name a brick next time. Monk Barbarian. Prismatic had the same exact idea. A monk named Brick. Tavern Brawler Monk for Brick. Tavern Brawler Monk is insanely good. Some of the highest damage per round you can get in the game. Like Tavern Brawler Monk, it gets highly overrated because people don't seem to understand how resources are limited, but Paladin at high levels is capable of some pretty good bursts in a round. But like it's so situational and resource gated that I feel like people are overstating that a lot. Bard, but same thing. It's Paladin. You can just do a lot of damage on most of the classes. I'm trying to think. I guess Druid is one of the harder ones to do a lot in one round, but Druid doesn't need that. It has a lot of other Ws. Like, Druid can still contribute to that. Like, Circle of Spores with a lot of damage. Yeah, I'm trying to think of something that doesn't do good damage, and I kind of can. It's kind of weak early, it picks up. It's sort of like Cleric adjacent. If you wild shape a lot, then it's probably better early on. Like wild shape versus Channel Divinity. Roughly equivalent value. Rogue's on the lower side. Yeah, Rogue outside of Thief is definitely on the lower side. Arcane Trickster is just kind of bad. Outside of the utility department. Assassin is completely pointless with how Surprise works in the game. Because, like, the way that functions, you take Thief. You just take Thief. You get the extra bonus action, and you go. Starting cantrips aren't great for Druid. Once you get yourself class, it gets better. Yeah. Particularly if you go Circle Spores. Then you get a Symbiotic Entity. That is an insanely good class feature. Not a football nerd by no means, but I have something to get off my chest. As your team named the Giants, but you get stomped by a cowboy. Because they're not RPing effectively. You beat Goliath though. Got that example. 48-0 in your own stadium. That is a little embarrassing, isn't it? I mean, it happens. Not saying I could do better. Not a sports bro.
Great. Bad news.
But, oof. Yeah, Baldur's Gate stuff. I really enjoyed how silly some of the... Like, the game kind of had to pivot, and you notice it late Act 3, where the difficulty for encounters isn't really, hey, this enemy's super tanky anymore, because they can't stop you from doing stupid damage. It's just like adding objectives. I guess is how I would explain it. But then, if you go to just not caring about those objectives, well, it goes back that, yeah, you can't stop people from doing meme damage. Like, doing 600 damage in a turn is, very doable. no bosses in the game have more than 666, to my knowledge. I might stream Baldur's Gate like Thursday. Maybe. Today? Maybe I stream it Thursday. Maybe. So I want to start a new playthrough. Start a new challenge run. Computer let you? I changed it to my other drive. I had it on my HDD. But I went uninstalled 2 games because that's what you have to do when you move things around. It's on my SSD and it actually runs okay now. Still not, you know, lovely, but it runs. I got my wisdom teeth out last Wednesday. Nice. I've never had my wisdom teeth out. Computer skill issue? Yeah. I always play the fun stuff when I'm at work. Because I hyperfixate, and then me deciding to break that fixation is erratic and predictable. Can you just have it out for me? I mean, you're not supposed to find out. It's just the area. What am I doing? Ow! That did so much damage. What do you mean? Stop that.
It's over.
Try Starfields. I'm in no rush to do so. Eventually, yes, but I'm in no rush. What? My thoughts on it are just kind of like, yeah, it's a Bethesda RPG. Okay, I'll play that eventually when I feel like I need to scratch my RPG itch with something not named Baldur's Gate 3. Like, keep in mind that I find Skyrim less engaging than most other RPGs that I enjoy, so it's hard to hook me with their formula. Not saying it's a bad formula, it works. There's a market for it. Just, it's not high on my priority list. So I gotta buy an Xbox. Oof. It says a lot with how reluctant your average person is to buy an Xbox, because, like, platform doesn't have an abundance of titles anyone gives a shit about. More of a gameplay guy, and their games are character and exploration focused. I mean, I do like character and exploration focus as well. I'd say there's RPGs that do that better. Like, Bethesda RPG format is more like, hey, look at how long you can run around this empty space and then find a quest. There's nothing wrong with that. Just, you know, Starfield coming out the same year as Baldur's Gate 3 is not going to do Starfield any favors for RPG preferences when it comes to me personally. Like, how else would you do an RPG? Like that. Like that. That's how. Is that why I never got into Skyrim? Some people like the feeling of just wandering about. I don't. Like, this is the Skyrim experience. This part of Remnant. Some people love it. Not for me. Put up thousands and thousands of hours to Fallout games. Want to play it bad enough, I'm gonna buy an Xbox. Hey, I hope you get the experience you're going for out of that. Right time. Did I not go up here? I didn't. I went in the first floor and then left. For some reason. That in future Bethesda games. I doubt more Bethesda games will be on this console. If we're being brutally honest for that time. Like, it'll probably be next generation for whatever they do after Starfield. Tempted playing Pikmin while crossfaded. Bad idea. Sounds chaotic. Playing both games, I do think Baldur's is a better shot at Game of the Year. Yeah, we've talked about this a couple times. Game of the Year, a large component is the popularity contest rather than an objective metric of like what means good. But I think
Alright, let's do this.
it's a really notable achievement for Larian to just put themselves on the map in such a big way. Like, Baldur's Gate 3 is one of the most successful games of all time, and they did that with an officially licensed Dungeons and Dragons game that is also a sequel to a 20 plus, 25 years actually, 25-year-old game franchise that remains faithful while also being new and pulling in a bunch of people. Like, it's in the top 10 theme-selling games ever. Had one of the biggest game releases of all time. Now, Starfield did exceptionally well as well, but like, I think it's different for small indie developer Bethesda and Larian. Magnitude of achievement, you know? Not to diminish what the Starfield team put in, but one case was following a formula to the letter and delivering on that formula 11 years after the previous, sorry, 12 years after the previous use of that formula. Like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess Fallout 4 was 2014, so 8 years ago was that? 9 years? Yeah. So Skyrim being 12 years ago, Fallout 4 being 9 years ago. But then the other was like something with a high chance of failure that proved to be even better than what people who had high expectations for it thought it would be. That's just interesting. And that's without even going into like game-specific stuff, like the storytelling in BG3. It was absolutely crazy. Voice acting, mocap, the music. I could gush about the game for a while. How you doing, Nunu? Rocket League Game of the Year, y'all crazy? This is pre-Rocket League session, Nunu talking. Can I get you to reiterate this take during your second match of the night? Very ambitious compared to Fallout Safety 4. Made bad changes to story. I mean, Fallout 4 was definitely very safe in terms of what they did, yeah. In some ways, not in others. Like, the safest thing would have been just keep the level of RPG elements people expected from Fallout 3 New Vegas. But they didn't do that, they stripped it back. Made it more, bland. Starfield's definitely got that component of ambition, but by all accounts, it is still, at its core,
Odd.
Bethesda-isms. Isn't a bad thing. I'm not complaining. Like, that's what people showed up for, it's what people get, and that's a success. Just it all feels sort of expected. I don't know. I'm having trouble putting that into words. Most RPG variety since New Vegas. Well, New Vegas wasn't a Bethesda game. Is the important thing to note. New Vegas was Obsidian. The people who did Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds being a small, low-budget game that has more RPG elements than Fallout 4. Never understood Fallout. There's a lot of layers of political commentary baked into the lore. Kind of like a sort of Metal Gear Light in terms of constant subtext. It's goofy on the surface, just like Metal Gear. Hey, Prime Poo, thank you so much for the 5 months. I appreciate it. Couch timing was not it there. Hope you're well manicured. Ow. What is that attack? Oh, stop it. I want that one to hit me. Gotta stop that early at now. or just not die. For those below the name Pokemon abilities, so bosses can get different modifiers. So I have Regenerator and what was the other one? Thick Skin. So Regenerator is it's constantly regenerating a percentage of its health. Thick Skin is crit resistance, both chance and damage. Yeah, Havoc Worm is crazy here. Yeah, getting an uninterrupted Havoc Form in this phase, that's different. That was the same move that killed me last time. You'd think I would learn. I don't. Submerged Vaults of Fall, it always reminded me of the movie A Boy and His Dog. Similarity kind of ends there, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Not the way. Sneeze. Ugh. Ow. Learning is vastly overrated. Yeah, could you imagine consistently learning from your mistakes and doing better? Sounds hard. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Yes, that Bo Burnham song is stuck in my head now.
That looks important.
So versus The Sims 4. Should go in there again. A real opinion. Both are sandboxes and players have finished making the game. For some people, that's the appeal. I think that's why Minecraft is so popular, because it's just define your own experience. Players love player control more than anything else.
Figure it out!
Well done, McBain. I don't have the energy to visibly show that made me shit myself a little bit, but there was a pucker. There was a pucker and a push. I didn't calmly shitting your pants. The only way to shit your pants. Like if you panic during, it's just gonna be messier, right? Or play around with BL3 again. It 266 hours and limited time for a little break. Breaks are healthy. I might play BL3 tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 4-year anniversary of BL3. 4 years.
I have need of your skill set and proximity. Use the nearby elevator, and I will provide further instructions. Whatever your intentions in coming here, the fate of this world now depends on your actions.
6 year, we might get the 4th
For
game.
millennia,
Hope not.
The Drazier sought answers to a simple question.
I want them to take their time. Especially with this rumor mill stuff, like maybe them being, maybe Gearbox being up for sale. Like, I don't know, but I don't care as long as they let it cook.
The origin of energy in all its forms, to Alepsis Torah. The anomaly was unlike any on record. Massive in scope, purposeful in its composition. It appeared chaotic, but also intelligent in its design.
We need another one? We don't need anything, but it would be nice to have
He guided Nerud to the gates of heaven,
more
yet refused to
of
step
the good
within.
stuff.
But Talratha was overruled. The Seekers saw in Alepsis Torah an end to their quest.
Borderlands 3 Endgame is some of the best work they've done in that intellectual property.
Now,
Tape them to not tap into that more.
the fate of Nerud, of all Brazier, rests in me.
You should know how much Lilith's neck has grown. The L4 is just gonna be a Souls-like, and you're gonna fight Dragon Lord Lilith. Or it's, Placidus Axe from Elden Ring. Dragon with very long necks, multiple heads. Lilith. I'd love to see another takedown. Yeah. Takedowns are so cool. The fact we only got 2, yet it still managed to become an iconic content format. It speaks highly of takedowns. Modder's got ya.
It is unfortunate we could not meet face to face, but your locality and trajectory are fortuitous.
Why did I pick this shit version of the fight? I wasn't thinking.
Gain access to the core where you are now. All you need to do is shut it down. I can accomplish the rest.
I mean, both versions of this fight are shit. Turret? Do you just not? That's good info. I guess Gambler really isn't helping me here. Should take it off. Oh, can that just not? That's cool. First one I put down a turret. No telling how many times I run those 2 takedowns. It's in the thousands for me. I don't really have to guess beyond that. It's in the thousands. For both of them. I hate how every single one of that fucking laser beam variations has a different timing. Wasn't paying attention. I was supposed to pick the alt version because it's a better version of the fight. But here we are. Suffering. Existence is pain. Oh, Dark, it's my old friend. Poly resist is not making this any better. Yeah, maybe yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I guess all the numbers and Beal through all of them. Yeah. At over 3k hours and Beal through and I stepped away. I bet your number is way up there. 7.4, 7.3, something in there. Eller is a spiteful Shahal when I'm doing Havoc form flame turret build. No. See, the magical thing of playing video games is when you're not having fun, play something else. So I'm gonna. I don't want to full respec my build for something more appropriate to that boss fight, so I'm just not gonna do that boss fight. Went to my appointment on the appropriate day today. W adulting. Play Borderlands 1 for more pain. Borderlands 1, it's got that charm to it. It hasn't aged well, but very few games from 2009 have. There's something charming about it. What do people use on this thing, mod-wise? Like, do they ban it? I've never used this gun. I assume they do hugs, which I'm not gonna do. Like Challenger. Challenger Gunslinger, though. I don't mind that. Yeah, I have no idea how people build for this thing. Okay. The mod forces Open plasma cutter's heat vents, dispersing all heat while active, generates 50% less heat, and ramping damage cap increases 3 times damage, overheats automatically, and deactivated lasts 20 seconds. So this is the heat-based thing. More damage focused on a target has a negative stagger value. That's funny. Heat and ammo. You got a lot of blood in there, huh, Brabus? So what's the name of the heat managing one? Spreadsheet Arena. Constant variables, range damage, heat value, microcompressors, reducing heat gen. Microcompressor. No hugs, only chugs. Wag sip. Aggressively, though. It's chugging. I could probably stick with the destroyer here and just be fine. We'll go with that. Where am I getting my crit chance from? I like the idea of fitting this in. We're gonna do that. Rip. Range crit chance. So, does the plasma cutter go up based on instances of damage or time? I would think instances of damage, because if it was time, then fire rate would be a nerf. Wonder if they'll do a DLC for BL3 like it did with Commander Lewis. Fucking hope not. I mean, if it didn't have a level cap increase and didn't move existing content behind new paywall, I'd be fine with it, but that's two things that Commander Lilith DLC did, so... Just it breaks all the endgame scaling. Adds another meaningless rarity. I know those aren't things that you're specifically asking for, Tried Time. I know. It's a tough sell. Tough sell. I was moving on my dreams. No, it's just the Borderlands fandom in particular has a bad habit of asking for things that they don't actually want. Like, there's some positives from some of these requests, but that fandom in particular has a short memory. In particular, we're going to go back into controversial territory for a little bit. A lot of the things people say they don't like about Wonderlands were things they specifically asked for. Wonderlands is not Borderlands, but it is lands. It's relevant to the conversation. So, like, asking for things and then not liking when you get those things, that's like the Borderlands fandom tradition. So I am a forceful advocate for being careful what we ask for, because we might get it and then we're stuck with it. Alright, how you doing? Bald. Yes. Yes, that is accurate. True. You're so right. How are you, Snow? What's the range on plasma cutter? It's not bad. Hmm. See how this plays out. BL4 is good. Not looking forward to more annoying discourse. I was so tired of it near the end of BL3. It's gonna happen, Trade Secret. Like, there's going to be the vocal crowd that pretends they're excited for the newest title, but then they end up vocally hating it because it's the newest title. It always happens. It's the same people. It's been the same people since the pre-sequel. They did it with pre-sequel. They did it with Borderlands 3. They did it with Wonderlands. Same group of people all 3 times. Without fail. They're gonna be back again. Just something to be mentally prepared for. I was hoping Gunfire Lanyard would restore more. It's quite slow. We want BL2 too. They don't actually even want that. They could get BL2 too, and they'd hate that too. It's just hatred of newest thing because no other personality trait was discovered, and because they like echoing the opinions of certain creators who don't truly want to do anything other than BL2 for the rest of their lives. So it's a content creation tactic of those specific creators to create as much distaste as possible for other entries in the franchise than the one they want to play, so that they maintain their audience without having to actually do any interesting or informative or valuable content. Why we're on year 11 of 94 sham farming, with it being labeled as perfect or god roll when that's not even statistically optimal. 93 sham is more defensive stats, technically perfect, but like, what do I know? I'm just a theory crafter. Polytheistic roll. Hatred and controversy gets clicks, not from me. Based Irish. I respect the shit out of that. That is a good take. Hope you're doing well, loading screen. Good to see you. Playing a bunch of BL2 with my friends. I'm Axton, one of my friends is Maya, the other Salvador. Axton is a fun character. I think Axton is underappreciated design-wise, because he does some cool shit. If I was to play that game, I would play as Axton, because I actually really like a lot of concepts in play there. Trying to figure out what in the amulet slot is like really good for the beam, and I'm not certain. You mad about today? Oh, nothing, loading screen. We're just discussing Borderlands fandom stuff, you know. The habitual distaste for newest thing. I guess when in doubt, Jester's Bell makes a lot of sense. Just, I don't know if I'll have fantastic uptime here. Whereas with Nightweaver's Grudge, I should have good uptime. I too hate new things. How was that for you? Is it fun? Increasing mod duration could be fun. Hey Don, how you doing? I playing as Axton on Remnant. I was with the turret, kind of, yeah. I think I'll stick with this for now, even though it's not doing me huge favors. It's the fastball mostly. I think I understand why people say BL2 fastball is better than BL3. It's the sound. The sound of BL2 is so satisfying. So to say BL2 fastball is objectively better than BL3. Well, it's not a stupidity thing. It's just a lack of objectivity thing, I would say. As for the sound, it's just a copy-pasted Jacob's shotgun sound. Meh. Neighbor upstairs is doing a lot of vacuuming, which means he's gonna be doing a lot of fucking later. Is there a pattern of behavior there, Mo? Taco so make sure your neighbor's home fucking louder. Yeah, the existence of casual sex implies the existence of competitive.
Wow.
Be the change you want to see in the world, Mo. I don't think any Borderlands game is ever gonna ship balance no matter how long they wait to release it. It's not a matter of just balance. You're right, because perfection isn't really feasible. You should still strive for as close to it as you can get, but it's not feasible. But perfection isn't the goal. It's having a functional video game that has content with a meaningful replayability. And enough flavors, enough variety to appease people who don't like the idea of sticking to a couple activities, despite the fact that that's what they will do. It's just they don't like being told to do that. Like, for example, the most vocal Chaos Chamber haters only do Slaughter Shaft and Mallow 1 Takedown. Not really much more variety there. But not the point, it's the presentation of it. The illusion of free choice, yeah. If you're told you could have a burger or a kick in the shin, you like having choices. If you just get a burger and a kick in the shin at once, you feel a little slighted. And nonsensical as that is, that's how the gamer brain works. Think shaming people who likes to be kicked? No. I wouldn't attack myself on stream like that. formula for Gamer Brain. 2 parts manufactured outrage, 3 parts nostalgia, 1 part lack of media literacy. First date was on 9/11 in a Cracker Barrel. I haven't had Cracker Barrel in a while. I met family medical leave act. Oh, well, I'm gonna go with what I said. I stand by it. Is Gamer Brain a diagnosable condition? I hope so.
All right, come and get some.
Like, this isn't bad. Like, it's also not good. I'm definitely missing some outlet of damage for this. Somehow. It's also not triggering Rampage the way I want it to. It's Sag. Like, I haven't gotten Berserk yet. Is it because the instances of damage on this are just too small? Like, I'm only seeing the VFX on it. And getting 10 kills with this in the duration of Rampage? I don't really see that happen. You're not able to log in. They might have some server issues right now. What platform? No, consoles are going through, like, patching and stuff. Hi. Berserk. The plasma cutter to be lacking. Yeah, it's seeming just kind of mid for me right now, Wookiee. Like, nothing remarkable. It's not bad. It's just kind of there. Like, I can't think of a reason I'd use this over the typewriter or the bone saw. It's not actively awful. Surely there's got to be some trick in, like, how you invest into this thing. There's always a trick. Watch me die immediately here. Like, is it wrong to expect more? What's that mag? Like, do I need to apply statuses? My other gun? Like Ahana and Singe and stuff? Expected this thing to perform a bit better on its own. Kinda not doing that. There's a devoured loop rock. Nice. I wasn't watching my footing. Skill issue. I guess this is hardy. Should keep that in mind. Pretty consistent devoured loop rocks. I guess that's an upside. Even a particularly high crit chance either. That's it for me. Like it didn't. I'm certainly doing a lot of instances of damage, but I'm not doing a lot of damage. Strange. I need ammo. Like, the fact that I'm maintaining this level of uptime actually shooting and I'm still not getting Berserk ever is, not a W for this gun. I'm sure this is a highly enjoyable gameplay too. Like, what if Strimmer hold the button down? It seems less than optimal. You certainly get to shoot it a lot. Like, maybe in a setup where you want a gun that can proc Devoured Loop very easily, you just run this with a lot of fire rate. Because I was getting a good number of procs for the amount of crit chance I have, but base 5 and more. Is this classified as a fusion rifle? Doesn't matter here. Like, yeah, base 5, and then Challenger, if I was point blank, would be another 10 in there. For the amount of procs I was getting, though, like, wasn't bad. It's just, I don't really... I'm underwhelmed. Really, there's got to be a better way getting value out of this. Downright sad that just Rampage does not seem the way to go here. That just takes you over into Hugs territory, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, meh. Uninspired. So we'll just use the currently horribly bugged ridiculousness that is Nightfall, right? What could go wrong? Where is it? Patch earlier today says that it fixed this gun dealing double damage. What time today? I've been live. I don't think I downloaded that. Updated downloaded yesterday at 9:32. Was it that? It might have been that. Well, Steam says there's a hotfix today. So, like, I don't know. They fixed that. Sat took less advantage of it. It's one of those things where it had to be Nightfall. It had to be a gun that they reined in by reducing the fire rate a little bit. And then everybody lost their mind saying the gun was dead because video game discourse is what it is. And they took off 10% fire rate in the tiers. Flood a nation. be grabbing lunch. Sounds good. I should eat at some point, too. I did not plan out food today. I don't know what I'm making. I don't know what I'm doing. Might be a takeout kind of day. I love the music on Yeisha. Really good for the atmosphere.
Shit.
Where did you come from? What do you mean? This particular part of this tile looks so much like one of the tiles in Remnant 1 that it reminded me how painful it was to run through Yeisha without, like, infinite out-of-combat stam. Now, Yeisha wasn't as bad in that regard as recent more. But it was still a lot of running and having to manage stam out of combat too. Not my favorite thing. The little QOL stuff you overlook. Yeah, that's what a good sequel is all about. More of the gameplay you like, but more refined. So dead. That tracks. Roly-polies are so frustrating when you don't have a weapon in your kit for them. But of course, the counterplay is, hey, have a weapon in your kit for them. I could just pull out the Enigma that I forgot I equipped. That's a suitable counter. Good toxic release valve, too. That'd be really nice here. I don't have amplitude. I'm gonna be a spoiled brat about it. Pain, suffering, sadness, and sorrow. Specifically, the bad flute cover version. Don't you fucking do it. My poor heart. Hey, chest. Everything's better. Everything is awful. Everything's gonna be okay. Upti, thank you for the tier 2 and the 3 years. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Great to see you. Hope you're well.
She's just a girl and she's on fire. There you go, Quack.
Qua.
3 years. That's a long time. Thank you so much. Yeah, Kevin says hi too. Are you feeling athletic today, Kevin? Can you jump up onto the bed and say hi? No? You're feeling ground level? Come on, you can do it. There's nothing interesting over there, but I'll pet you. So lazy. He's the lowest effort cat. There we go. Good boy. We don't.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Did you hear something? I believe there's a Kevin near you.
Is a Kevin near me? It's right here.
Here they come.
Kevin stream now. He's gonna play Remnant for us too. You probably have better aim than me. Stop it. Not polite.
Holy hell.
Don't you combo me? I'm emotionally prepared for that. I think that's the first time that attack's ever hit me. Oh, this is the first time I ever just tried to ignore it. We got Shrewd. I think Fall should have a pretty good matchup into Shrewd. I'm looking forward to eventual more bosses in this game. More eventual bosses. I can grammar. I slept. Me too. To which part? The grammar or the sleeping? Ow. Yeah, you hit hard with Vicious. Oh, you have empathy. Shit. Only just noticed. Ding ding ding. How you doing, Jamlot? This is part 3 of part 2. It's part... If you're talking about what I think you are, it's part 2 of part 3 of part 4. Yeah, that's what happens when you label something final season and then run for another 3 years. Thank you, AOT. Very cool. See, you didn't even have to guess. You have to look up to know what bots you're fighting. It's very cool that those count towards Berserk. Sure, is a cool dude. Let me have my skills. Hey Viper, how are you? Okay, are you tired? It's a low energy day. Did some Havoc form turret stuff earlier. That was a lot of fun. Until Shahala showed up. And also had Ellie resist, so I was like, let's do other things. Finally tried out Plasma Cutter. I don't see the appeal. It seems aggressively mediocre. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm trying fixed Nightfall now. And it's still very good gun. Very easy to use, reliable. I kind of want a Spore Bloom Corruptor. So we're gonna do that. Oh, I want to do this. Like that. Built the raw range damage, I think. Like in Sorrow and Twisted Arbalest. Sorrow is something I gotta mess around with. Rotor had some success with it on an Archon setup, and it looked very enjoyable. I'll have to plop that on. What do I use here? Guess I can use Whetstone. And then yeah. Do that. It's good at running Archon Hunter, it's performing well. Nice since with enough mod gen it effectively has infinite ammo. Right. Sorrow also heals you, which is good. Very satisfying looking animation too. I like it. This was Corruptor Yesha, right? Or was... No, this was Ravager, actually. Why did I think it was Corruptor? No, this is definitely Ravagriatia. Me brain do a silly, haha. Well, we're in Spore Bloom setup, so that's fine. Honestly, just run the same shit.
Here they come.
I'm never prepared for the machine gun Spore Bloom. But that one was prepared.
Yeah.
I'm tired, chat. I think I need to make another pot of coffee. Spore Bloom has more build variety than Handler. Actually real. You're so real for that. Or Handler. Handler is victim to something that we see in a lot of balance-based games where it gets way more credit than it deserves, so it never gets buffed to actually be decent. Like, it is very bad compared to every other class. It's just you can compensate in gear, and just you, in theory, don't need classes at all to do well in this. It's just like very bad. But knee-jerk people are like, but I like Doggo. Like, hey, but what if the Doggo class was good?
This looks important.
Like, I like Doggo too. Like, what if the class was good? Reminds me of Robin's Call in BL3. Pokemon DLC in about 8 hours. Robin's Call, what do you mean? What do you mean a legendary shotgun with worse stats than a blue of its manufacturer never received love because anytime you brought up it being bad, a corner of the fan base called you a hater. What do you mean? It won in less than 2 days. It's still wild to me that that game's out so soon. It feels like it got revealed so recently. Which, you know, it probably did. I suppose I'm used to game reveals happening so far in advance, and I shouldn't be because I don't want that to be the norm. You wouldn't download a Pokemon, would you? I would. I get super. Heavy breathing in all caps. That's so relatable.
You're here. Do it. Come. Join me in glory.
I don't really have ammo. It's kind of a problem. You're not Hyper Elder Scrolls 6 launch strategy? Yeah, where they announce it like 8 years in advance. The game doesn't even exist yet. At least with Cyberpunk, them announcing it a bajillion years in advance. They were actively working on something. Wait, did I stagger him out of it? That's an option? That's neat. Oh, well, I got greedy there. That's fine. More blooms that big damage, that good. Bethesda already has the engine. Got an Amara Slaughter record? Let's go. Someone want to invent, you know, viable cryogenic freezing technology and freeze me until Baldur's Gate 4 comes out? Should only be about 20 years, based on previous timeline. Although, actually, so like 1 to 2 was 2 years. It's just 2 to 3 was 23 years. I deprive you of 5 BG3 playthroughs you have planned.
Well,
Listen. You don't have to talk about that.
take care of yourself, you hear me?
No more speedrunning because 9 is going to be first anniversary of my first speedrun, so it's a special day. Very nice, super. I might play some BL3 tomorrow.
How goes?
Tomorrow's the 4-year anniversary of the game, so it would be appropriate. 3 to 4 is 223 years. Yeah, someone freeze me. Use that technology to freeze my balls so they can go on to rule mankind. Are you okay? Like, do you need anything?
You know where to find me.
You good?
Welcome back. You're not the first to ask. Be sure to come
Hello
back
again.
for some stew.
Rest assured.
I don't need more of those. That's good. We'll take some more of those. I can do some more of those too. And some more of those. Always need more of those. And always need more of those.
Don't be a stranger.
What to do? I'm very tired. No, I'm gonna do the most
can
sensible
dwell.
possible thing.
Chris.
It's gonna be crazy. No one's gonna anticipate this. I'm gonna be a responsible adult and listen to what my body's telling me, and I'm gonna call it early. I know, crazy, not gamer-like of me, but I'll be playing Pokemon DLC later and socializing, so I want to have energy for that. A bunch of stuff I want to do today. Damn responsible, yeah. So I'm gonna call it early and get some rest because I'm not feeling so great. Yeah, y'all are awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Be live tomorrow. Very high chance of Borderlands 3. If I'm live, assume it's BL3. I gotta check on some stuff, but yeah. Yeah. Where can we go? Let's go over to Pascaroni. Shocked? What do you mean? Feel better? Thanks, Axel. Thanks, Tread Time. Yeah, let's say out of Pascaroni. You say hi. I'm actually gonna go right away. I'm gonna raid and run. But yeah. Have a good one, everybody.
Quake, how you doing? I was Remnant 2 today. Welcome on in, everybody that came in with TBJ, the